We have 10 guests, 10 years, 10 guests, and we have a small audience because I miss the days we filmed in front of a live audience, and this is a special episode. Welcome to the milestone episode of our community's much-loved talk show. Yes, we are officially 10 years old. Yes, we have now made it into the hallmark of being the longest broadcasted 2S LGBTQIA plus show on any TV network in Canada's history. We looked, trust me, we looked. And we are confident from all records, we can find that we are proud of this incredible feat. We started the show filming in a suite at the Marriott on Bloor. Then we moved to Community Club Flash. And then we moved to Buddies in Bad Times Theater. Then we moved to Zoom. Damn you, COVID. But here, we're still here 10 years later. The show has grew over the years, and now we have the main On the Couch show that airs on Rogers TV. And when COVID hit and we stopped live filming, I launched a short spin-off called I Will Survive on the couch, and then that spun into At Home on the virtual couch, which is still going. I also did a little short spin-off series called about Black artists and creators' contributions to our community. So we've got a lot of content over 10 years. I tried to count how many guests we've had on the show, but I lost count. If you count that we have had 74 episodes, 5 specials, 60 episodes on social media, and factor in 6 seasons where we used to have 3 guests per episode, we are looking at that we probably had 250 or more artists on this show over the 10 years. Thank you to our broadcaster, Rogers TV, who saw the value of the show and took us on right away, and here we are. Thank you to our viewers. You have been here for us. You supported us, and I and our community loves you back, because this is important, to have this platform to showcase the awesome creativity and contributions of our 2S LGBTQIA plus community to society. Thank you to our guests. The time that I have spent talking to you over the years were some of the most cherished moments of my life. And as I love knowing people, I love getting to know you, and having the community and the viewers get to know you and how awesome you are. So thank you. I am blessed to have had you on the show with me. I see the show as a chance that maybe a young queer person in a small town can see themselves, see that they can be all they can be, and have creative and successful lives ahead of them. I see the show also as a chance for our allies and straight friends to get a glimpse of the awesomeness of our community and our people. So look at all the beautiful, happy faces on the screen. We have 10 guests. Let me say a quick hello to my guests and introduce them, and then we will chat. Misconception is Canada's international live singing drag performer who is a force to reckon with, celebrating 25 years in show business and is all self-made from working hard. Misconception! Hi, Annie. Hi, baby.
Hi, everyone.
I love you. Hi. Robert Watson is an award-winning writer, performer, and proclaimed an LGBT voice in comedy you should know by CBC Arts. His hit web series, A Gay Victorian Affair, won 4 Canadian Comedy Awards, including Best Web Series. Robert's stand-up comedy brand, Gay AF Comedy, is Canada's favorite queer comedy fix and the best place to find top-notch queer comedians. Robert Watson!
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the show. Gisabelle Bardot is Toronto's French-Canadian drag performing artist, starting her career with impersonations of comedy tycoon John Rivers. Gisabelle has modeled her stage persona around strong, inspiring women such as Joan Rivers, Celine Dion, and Dolly Parton. By day, Gisabelle works in education, has a background in sports psychology and physical education. Just like a tall glass of fine French wine, Madame Bardot serves full body, pairs well with the meaty dishes, and leaves a sweet aftertaste. I love that intro. Hi, sweetheart. Welcome.
Bonjour tout le monde. Hi, everybody.
Joey Lamar is a dedicated LGBTQ plus activist and recognized as a best-selling author. Joey's impactful words inspire and resonate with readers worldwide. Over her career, she's also been an electrical engineer, and her many patents showcase her ingenuity and commitment to innovation. She also is a book publisher. Currently, Joey is pursuing her PhD in veterinary engineering. With her multifaceted endeavors, Joey's unwavering dedication aims to leave a lasting positive impact on the planet. What a good thing to do. Hey, Joey.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Thank
Amanda Roberts has been entertaining audiences since 1992. He has appeared in movies, television, and a stage production. He was a member of the cast of the La Cage Dinner Theatre in Toronto. He has performed internationally and has graced the stage at the legendary Baton Show Lounge in Chicago. Locally, he is pretty much performed at every historical and iconic venue. There was a huge list, and I thought, that's way too much to read, but it's pretty much all of them. He is a former Miss Gay Toronto, Madame Blue Entertainer of the Year, and Miss Heart of American Continental Elite. Welcome to the show, Amanda.
Thank you.
Jade Electra is a Toronto-based out HIV queer African-American drag entertainer and recording artist, live singer, film, stage, television actor, and AIDS activist. Originally from Tampa, Florida, via New York City, and finally found a home in Toronto in 2010. And we are happy for that. Today, Jade is working with organizations like CanFAR to help HIV community and to continue raising awareness, as well as the University of Toronto for their Queer and Trans Research Lab. And as far as her discography, Jade Electra has a list of music that covers 1997 to current playlists all over the place today. Her new album, Legendary Darling, is out now. Welcome, Jade.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, babes. Kenny Fitzpatrick, seasoned not-for-profit executive director, educator, advocate, wine and scotch enthusiasts. We need a date. And superhero obsessed music nerd. Kenny is the founder of the Q LGBTQ Creative Network. What a great platform that supports a lot of artists, I will say that. Established in 2018, he is also the host of Out Loud podcast and weekly radio show. Welcome, Kenny.
Hello.
Hello. Aaron D'Souza is a singer-songwriter, musician from Toronto. He has released 4 original albums and is a member of 2 choral groups, Tempo and Forte, Toronto's gay men's chorus. Those choruses have sung the national anthem for the Blue Jays and Raptors and have performed with singers Demi Lovato and Julie Black. Welcome to the show, Aaron.
Hey, everyone. Hi.
And we then have Divine Miss Pope, has been a tribute performer for 4 years, celebrating the illustrious career of Carol Pope, who also we had recently on the show, and Rough Trade, performing at Pride Toronto for 3 years. Peterborough Pride Fort Erie, as well as clubs in Hamilton, GTA, and Niagara region. She loves giving back to the community and performing at fundraisers to make safe spaces for queer and trans youth. Welcome to the show, Divine Miss Pope. Nice to have you. Thank you. And last but not least, Toronto, Ontario-based rapper, songwriter, and producer Trans Peter Pan was lost in the world at a young age after losing most of the people he thought were forever since coming out as transgender. For years, he questioned life and battled depression and addiction until he rediscovered his burning passion for music. He is a fearlessly empowered transgender man, and to us LGBTQIA+, love runs proud through his veins. His music has a timeless pop hip-hop vibe that never grows old. Even if you're not trans, Peter Pan writes music that makes you wish you were part of our community. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
So, out of everybody that on our screen, Divine Miss Pope and Trans Peter Pan are newbies to my screen. So, welcome, a big welcome from everybody here. We are going to take a little break, and we will be back with everyone to chat more. Don't Go ahead. We are back. I'm gonna start with Joey. I'm just gonna pick random. I'm gonna start with Joey. My memory of the episode that you were in, we filmed it at Buddies in Bad Times Theater. It was an odd day for me. I just lost my dog. I did not sleep the whole night, but I was excited about having my bestie on the show. So I powered through and made it to Buddies and told everybody just leave me alone until I'm done with the show. Then I can crash after. But we had a wonderful show, and there was something special about our show. We decided to do it like we would hang out in our living room, so we dressed in jammies. We did our show in jammies.
The best show ever.
That was fun, wasn't it?
So comfortable. I was in my pajamas.
I know. From now on, I'm doing all my shows in boxer shorts and jammies. What are you working on these days? We heard a little bit at the start. What are you working on?
Well, of course, I'm working on the publishing stuff. We're putting out some more books, some more for Jackie Manthorn, who's a really good mystery writer.
All right.
Going to release Seahorse finally. I've kind of waited for everybody to get their stuff out, so I'm releasing that one this month. And other than that, I'm writing my dissertation, which takes up all of my time and energy, but it'll be well worth it when it's over with.
You're doing so much in life. I love it. So, tell me about what drives you. What's your passions? What's your inspiration? What gets you going with all of that?
With the dissertation, with everything. Okay, so of course my community drives me, right? I want to represent and be the best that I can be, so that we're not looked at as just a part of the world that in many cases is looked down upon, but that we offer something to the world. We make it a better place. And I think what other things drive me are just, loving my family, and now my love for animals is coming out in my writing and everything I do. So yeah, love and representation. There you go.
That's the way to go. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Retired on a beach. Very little clothes, if any.
Cool. And where can people find you? Or can they?
Yes, I can always be found. But you have to be good at finding people.
Well, Brainspired.
I'm not a spy.
Brainspiredpublishing.com.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Brainspiredpublishing.com.
And then you can contact her from there. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you for having me.
The bell. I'm just, again, selecting at random. There's my doggy. I remember you and I were at the Berkeley Bicycle Club, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure I remember a very comfy couch and a fun environment, or I thought we were near Fife House or something like that. But anyway,
that's where Berkeley Bicycle Club was.
Oh, well, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, Jarvis and Wellesley.
Yes, there we are.
Okay, so since then, what have you been doing?
Oh my gosh, there's so much. As you mentioned in the intro, I work in education, so. This year is my 10th year of drag, but it's also a big year for me because I started the school year as a interim principal to start. So I had been in the French Catholic School Board for quite some time. I was a VP for a while. I worked at the board, and so I was essentially principal this year. It was really, really tricky and challenging in all the best ways. I learned a lot. But that was fun to fill in for somebody going through some hard times. So I'm still juggling. This is my 10th year of drag this year, and I actually decided to take the summer off.
You are? You're not? Okay, so you're not
Yes,
performing?
I would be in drag for y'all today, but I was just coming back from Manitoulin Island where I got to go see a good friend of mine that you might know, Lady Anya Face, who's up
Oh
there.
my God. Oh,
Yes.
cool.
So I just spent 4 days with him there. The
Okay.
things that were said up there, what's said and done on the island stays on the island. But anyway, says hello because watches the show and is
Oh,
familiar
it's
with
serious. Oh, sweet.
what's
Thank you.
on here today.
Thank you. It's the same as I asked Joey. What drives you? What's your passions? What's your inspiration?
I really when I'm out on stage, for me, drag is an outlet for me, and it brings me a lot of joy and peace of mind. I have a very stressful job, so for me to go out and just to lip sync to songs and dance, I was an athlete, so it really gives me a second win on an athletic career that is done because of age, and that's normal. But drag is now my new sport. And what drives me is really to bring joy to people. Honestly, there's so much going on. And when people go out and they take the time to put themselves together and to go out to buy a drink, to tip a drag queen, they're there to have a good time and to watch. And so I just share in that love. And I really, when I come home and tell my husband how the show went and how things went, I always go back to the conversations I had. And I think that that's why it's important to protect our spaces because they become areas for conversation that we need to have in this day and age. So,
What a great thing. Thank you. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I don't know. It's funny. I'm like, I just got back from vacation, so I'm already like in vacation mode. Oh gosh, I have 13 years left of my career in education.
In education.
So who knows? We'll see. But I just hope to continue to do drag and to bring joy and continue to really find balance between the art world, the work world, and juggling family time. I also have 2 dogs that I love to spend time with, and
I
just
love your doggies.
joy in having my hands in so many pots. I find that's been the key to just Jason and Jezebel being a healthy, happy person is to have delve in, not quit my volleyball, continue my stuff that I'm doing here at home. I'm constantly renovating stuff around my house. So I just need to have my hands busy and to continue in 10 years to be as busy with all sorts of projects that bring me joy.
I hope so for you too. Thank you. Where can we find you? Where can somebody find you?
Don't find me. How about that? No, I'm kidding.
Leave me alone.
Grindr is a good place to start in the summer.
Find me on Grindr.
Niffies, if you can know what my backside looks like, you can spot me there. And mainly, I don't do the Twitters or anything like that, but I'm on Instagram and Facebook. So Jezebel.Bardo is the place that you can find me. Mainly on Instagram is where I put all her stuff, and so and that's where I keep connection with people. So
thank you, Babsy. Cool. Let's take on a newbie, Trans Peter Pan. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show. Tell us a bit about you.
Well, I'm working on my first album right now. I feel like it's a lot kind of learning how to like balance everything because I've loved music my whole life, but I've just recently given myself the okay to like pursue it. So I'm learning how to create content and also stay creative and make music and just kind of balance everything. But I'm so thankful for like the internet right now because there's so many opportunities for an independent musician. So it's a good time.
Yeah. There's so many opportunities now, and you can totally get into the game. What drives you? What's your passions?
I love like doing a show or just like getting messages or something. I love like empowering like my community, like this community. I love like seeing the smiles on people's faces and like their hearts grow when they see me perform, or just being able to like hit spots in songs that like other music can't because it's from a different perspective. And I feel like there's not as much representation for our community in that space.
Do you have a genre in music that you like to do?
It's like it started off like a lot of hip hop, but I'm sliding more into pop. I'm getting more into like dance music. I love all music, but yeah, dancing's fun.
Cool. And where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
In 10 years, I want to be just like on a beach making music somewhere, and Just loving life.
And
You can
maybe
find me
back
if you
here on
want.
my 20th anniversary show.
Of course, yeah. Maybe you'll be on the beach with me.
I'll get you on an episode on your own so we can chat a bit more.
Yeah, I would love
Kenny. Oh, actually, hold on before we get to you. Trans Peter Pan, where can you find you?
I'm at Trans Peter Pan on all streaming platforms, music, and I'm
Okay.
Trans Peter Pan official on any social media.
Cool. And
Thank you.
Kenny, back to you, Kenny.
Hey.
Hey, what are you working on these days? Everything.
Oh, what? That's a horrible question.
Oh,
Everything and anything that I can possibly do. Trying to amp up the podcast a little bit more. I've
Okay.
switched gears a bit, and for a while there, the podcast was coming out sporadically, and now I'm trying to get it onto a more of a regular. There's just so many people out there to talk to. There's so many stories, and I just have to take a few breaths and just dive in and just kind of keep rolling through a lot of different things. I've got folks coming up who are involved in film. I just had Jason Patel on the show from the UK, who's the star of the brand new show. It's a drag, if nobody's ever heard of it. It's called Unicorns, and it's a story about a Southeast Asian drag queen and a younger gentleman. And it's a love story, and there's a lot that's going on in it, but yeah, just finding and branching myself out into other areas of the arts, because I'm so firmly in music that now I'm trying to kind of make sure that I branch out to a few different areas.
beautiful.
And just trying to breathe, just trying to stay awake.
And go on vacation, apparently, that you have been delaying for the last 2 months.
Been trying since June 20th. It looks like Monday's going to be the day. I'm like,
Oh, really? Oh, good for you. Cool. What drives you? I know a lot of things drive you, but
to be honest, I keep thinking about who I was when I was a kid and what I didn't have access to and what we have happening out in the queer community these days. And for me, if any kid out there needs to be introduced to and hear themselves or see themselves reflected in their story reflected in the artists that are out there, that's what I want to do. I want those kids to know that they are not alone, that they can see themselves in a Jezebel, in a Trans Peter Pan, in these artists that are out there that are creating. And the internet makes it so easy to find that, but we've got things on lock and we need to open up those doors a little bit more. So that's kind of booting down some doors. That's what drives me.
good man. And where do you see yourself continuing doing this 10 years down the road?
I sure do. I think that I will go to the grave doing this. I may not be able to do it with as much limber or as much vim and vigor. I may have to, gear down a little bit at some point in time. But I think as I look towards retirement in the future, I think that whatever I can put in place now so that when I get to that point just means that I can really kind of let it wide open by that point in time.
Very nice. Thank you. Where can we find everything about the Creative Network?
You can find it on the website curatedbyq.com, or you can find me on socials, all platforms at the Q Reviews. Does it sound like I do a radio show?
You sound like a radio announcer, yes. Absolutely. And we love it. Cool. You know what? You unmuted. Misconception. Let's talk to you.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm good. You are our international pride.
Oh. I'm something.
So, where are you these days? I know you were stuck. Were you stuck in Toronto in June for some reason?
Yeah, so I actually had a visa issue going on. So my U.S. visa, they were just delayed at the in California. So I had to go home and spend 3 weeks back home, which was great. I actually got to go to Toronto Pride for the first time in like 7 years.
Yeah.
So
Sherry Sylvain called me and said Misconception is stuck in Toronto. Maybe we can get him now.
I'm not stuck in Toronto. It's still my home.
It's not. And we love it when you're here. So yeah, where are you performing these days? Like where's
I'm currently right now on the tip of the Cape Cod in Provincetown, Massachusetts. And this is my 7th year now here, doing my residency here at the Pilgrim House. doing my new live show that I just created. And it's funny because our first episode that you and I did, you asked me what I was going to do in 10 years. And I said, my dream is to get to Provincetown. And,
And there you
I
are.
am, which is pretty cool.
And you and I, we filmed our episode at Flash.
Yep.
You had your whole family there.
I
That
did. My mom, my dad, my uncle, and then Boa from Drag Race Canada was actually the interviewer.
You got it. Yes.
Yes.
I've had so many other hosts along the way too, and we had Harvey Malinsky talk about you.
Oh yes.
That was
My
a good
stalker.
What drives you?
I
know how passionate you are, but yeah. What drives you?
You know, honestly, what drives me is the fans. Every single person that comes to the shows and sees the shows constantly. I mean, you know, as any artist, you have to try to build a following or a fan base and stuff. And when you get out on that stage and all those fans follow you or, you know, buy a ticket or tip you, whatever they do, even if they just give you a hug, that's the biggest thing that drives me. And, I
can say your fans are obsessed with you.
No, well, they're fun.
Yeah, they love, and when they love you, they are loving you.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. They, you know, being in Puerto Vallarta too for the winters and stuff like that, a lot of the Canadians go there, right? So I'm pretty lucky that I got that space there too. So,
where do you see yourself in 10 years?
11 years, I want to retire.
Okay.
My goal in 11 years is to be able to retire at 55 years old.
Okay.
But I probably never retire.
Hang the wig. You'll hang the wig.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever retire. Like most performers, we don't, you know, like Cher. I mean, come on, she lives with the applause. Lady Gaga lives with the applause. But I think I want to slow down. You know,
fair enough.
Busting the streets, trying to get people to come to your shows and stuff like that. Eventually, at 55, I'd like to be able to just relax on a beach like everyone else, and do nothing, and maybe do 1-2 shows a month or something like that. So that's where I see myself. But I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep on going, and I got more up my sleeve.
And we love you. So, where can we find you?
You can find me on all social platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, under Miss C Toronto. That's MISSC Toronto.
Cool, thank you. And Jade Electra,
yes.
You hold the distinction of being my first guest on the show. It was you, Nikki Chin, and Donorama in a hotel at Marriott on Bloor, all squeezed in one couch, the 4 of us. I'm trying to talk to the 3 of you on one side, and my director is saying, don't turn your head, don't turn your head. I'm trying to ask you questions like this. So that's where we started the show, with you. How you been?
Good. This past decade has been a lot of work, a lot of experiences. I'm very grateful for the opportunities you've given me and a bunch of people. Obviously my advocacy work for the HIV positive community has grown.
Very much so.
It's interesting looking around at the guests because I have connections with quite a few of the people here, from Jezebel to especially Amanda Roberts, who I knew before I came to Canada.
Oh, really?
Joey published one of my poems, which I still haven't gotten that book yet. Miss Divine Mistress Pope. We've worked together.
Yeah, you worked with everybody, haven't you?
Yeah. So I've spent this past decade trying to create spaces for different groups, and some of it worked, some of it didn't. But the consistent has been I have a thing called Mingle, which is a monthly fundraiser for a lot of the AIDS organizations here in Toronto. So that keeps me busy, and I also publish a monthly online magazine called Pause Planet. So where we
I have to say I am very, very proud of watching your journey in the last 10 years, because you were just relatively new to Toronto, but since then you have really got in there and did so much in the community. So yay.
Thanks.
What drives you? What kept you going? Because I know that there was some hurdles, and there was some nasty little stuff in community always, but you kept going.
Well, when you first said what drives you, I was going to say beg taxi, but because I don't drive. But I would have to say, my start, which a lot of people don't know about, when I was 11 years old, I got dressed in my best Sunday clothes and went down to the local newspaper in Tampa, Florida, and asked for a job. And I got that job. So I've always been surrounded by my elders. And so I think the thing that drives me, especially after doing the residency at the University of Toronto last year for the Queer and Trans Research Lab, is sharing my experience with others and younger people. We are lacking in mentors, and if I can find a young person that wants to listen, I will gladly sit and talk and tell them where I came from, how I got here, why, where the work that I'm doing, all of those things. So I think that's what drives me, is that I just think that it's important that we continue sharing our stories and,
That's a beautiful reason to get up, is to inspire others. Where do you see yourself in 10 years down the road?
Hopefully still being an advocate. I don't foresee myself slowing down or anything unless something major happens to me, but knock on wood. It's funny. I lived in New York City for 17 years, and that's definitely a place you cannot sit down for a minute. And so when I moved here, things are a little slower than New York. Okay. And this is actually my easy period of working compared to what I was in New York. I was working almost 7 days a week.
Wow.
From clubs to clubs, drag shows to drag show, everything in New York City. So to get here and to actually be able to breathe and think about what I would like to do has been a blessing. So
where can we find you? I know you've got a bunch of platforms.
Well, I'm on almost all social media, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, under Jade Electra. But those who also know that I'm DJ Relentless, so you can look me up that way as well. And I even have a Wikipedia page under Jade Electra.
Nice. Cool. I'm going to head over to another newbie since you mentioned Divine Miss Pope. Hello, Divine Miss Pope. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. We performed recently at that Peterborough Pride together. You were on stage with me at the Q Musicale, so we've had a lot of little occurrences happen recently. So tell the audience a bit more about what got you in tributing Carol Pope.
It started off during COVID.
Okay.
I noticed in my lesbian community I was getting a following because people just love Carol. Okay. And from there I went to open stages, and I love doing her music because I can relate to it. She's a strong woman, and I love that. She speaks her mind, yes, her wit, personality, and the music appeals to me.
Okay, and it's been quite a journey since we've already performed at all the prize and all these things. What drives you? What's your passion? What gets you going?
The art of performing. Okay. It's been a bit of a struggle because I just solely do Carol Pope, but I love it. So that keeps me going. The creativity of decorating costumes, coming up with themes, and just living my life because I'm just like strong, and I want to show older women that, hey, you can go out there.
I love that.
You can wear your leather, you can rock it, you can go on stage and be who you want to be. That's what I like.
That's inspiring. Do you see yourself still going in 10 years with this, or? I hope so.
At that time, I would be 71, so I'm not sure. Maybe I would love to.
So if you can't keep going, you'll keep going.
Yeah, exactly, and hopefully, still trying to empower older women.
Beautiful.
To let them know they're worthy and they're worth it, and hopefully be doing more things in the community. I'm really attracted to Toronto.
More involvement, beautiful, cool. Thank you. Where can we find you, or do you have social media for your art?
Yes, for my art, I'm Divine Miss Pope on Instagram, and I would love it if you would come follow me, show me encouragement.
Absolutely.
I'll follow
Please
you
do,
back.
everyone. There you go. Thank you, honey. Amanda, similar to Jezebel, you were at Berkeley Bicycle Club.
Yep.
I remember that day beautifully.
And in Oshawa.
And where?
Oshawa. The club in Oshawa.
And Oshawa, absolutely. We worked there together. What are you working on these days?
Still with the Deceiving Divas, which is very much like the old Lacoste show. I really compare it to that. Because we have a host who is a Joan Rivers, and it's all celebrity impersonation. We change our hair, our makeup, our costumes, everything. For each character, it's what I love doing most. I want to pay tribute to the artist I'm performing, and I've always done that. Like, a video would come out from one of the artists, and you'd watch Much Music, see the video, and I'd have the costume made within a week and wear it to perform the song, and that's what I love doing the most.
You know, so I love all the new drag, and I've had a lot of Canada Drag Race queens on the show and all that sort of. But for me, I also love impersonations. I love the old drag of characters and impersonations and celebrities. So cool. What's your passion? What's your inspiration?
Well, the laughter and applause and the love from the audience, that keeps me going. I truly believe I was born to be on a stage. And so the energy I get from the audience, like I'll even tell people that at the end of the show when they thank me and they come up and say, "Oh, you guys were amazing." I said, well, a lot of that comes from you guys. The energy we get from you is what keeps us going.
Without the audience, we don't have the art or the response to it. That's why I really missed recording the show live. That was a beautiful interaction with the live audience. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Sadie Pine.
Cute. Where can we find you?
I'm on Instagram, Amanda Roberts Toronto, and Facebook, just under Amanda Roberts.
Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Aaron. What are you working? Hello. Tell me what you're working on these days. You've had some really fantastic releases over the last few years, and we talked about your involvement in the choruses. What are you working next on?
Yeah, so I just came back from a songwriting seminar in Toronto, which was last week.
Okay.
So I enjoyed it. So in April, I had a show at Dakota Tavern, which is in Toronto. I had some friends there, and they said, "Oh, you should check out this songwriting seminar." It's from this group called Song Studio. So I registered, and it was fun. It just got me in a room with other writers and performers, and a chance to try out new material.
Beautiful. I love that you always thrive and continue growing in the music space. What is your passion? What drives you?
I love music. I always have for as long as I can remember. And I find with the groups I'm involved in, with Thursday and Tempo, it's not just music that brings us together. It's that we stand for something. It's activism. And actually, I should point out. So the reason I joined Forte about 8 years ago it was right around when the Pulse shooting happened in Orlando, and I was just devastated, as we all were. I mean, it was shocking and sad. And and then I just thought, you know what? I want to get involved more with the LGBTQ plus community. I love music, so one day I just typed in Gay Men's Chorus Toronto and see what was there, and auditioned for Forte, and the rest they say is history.
And you see yourself still going 10 years down the road?
Yeah, I hopefully I'll have a husband by then. But yeah, I'd love to continue on doing music and stuff.
I hope so. You really contribute a lot to music, so I love to see you going.
Yeah.
Where can we find you on social?
Yeah, so you can find me on Facebook and Instagram just under my name, Aaron D'Souza, and I hope to still continue on with music in some way, shape, or form. I mean, like if Cher can do this with longevity, if Liza Minnelli can do this, then
absolutely. As long as we still have energy in us, we're just gonna keep going, right?
That's true. That's true.
And last but not least at all, Robert.
Hello, thanks so much for having me here. Look at all these beautiful faces. This must be the best looking group of people you've ever had on this show. This is fabulous.
I think
even the audience members. Oh my goodness.
Our community are gorgeous. I love it. So, what are you working on these days? You just got off Pride and you had a lot of things happening in Pride.
Yeah, Pride's always a busy month. It's money making time for us gay performers. So you got to keep busy during June. You can't usually take it off and enjoy it like Misconception apparently had the time to do it. But so glad you enjoyed it. But no, it's been a great year. Gay AF Comedy's been around for 5 years now. And it's been great. I mean, some of them were pandemic years, but those count. Those count for live performance. But we just went on our first our western leg of our cross Canada tour for Gay AF Comedy.
Oh, really?
I went to Victoria, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, and then we did Toronto and Montreal with plans to go back to the eastern provinces next year. So we're expanding and doing all the things, bringing all that queer joy to all the folks across the country. It's been great.
And what's your passion? What drives you?
Oh gosh, I mean, a great fun audience keeps me coming back for more. I'm addicted to a fun audience. But more importantly for our community, it's great to have entertainment options that don't disparage marginalized communities. And I know in comedy, a lot of people find that that's low-hanging fruit go-tos for a lot of the, male-dominated folks in the industry. Yeah. So providing a space where folks can come and enjoy a comedy show, knowing that it's going to be for them, by them, it's celebrating them. That kind of queer joy just makes me so happy. So that keeps me going.
Thank you. And you're gonna be going for 10 more years and more, aren't you?
Oh yeah. I'll be unrecognizable in 10 years. I'm gonna get all the work done. I'll look like Joan Rivers. I'll look like Joan Rivers, and people will still want to come see the shows. Hopefully, maybe that'll work.
And where can we find you?
So on all the socials, you can find me at Gay AF Comedy, and if you want to follow me personally, you can find me on socials at This Is Rob Watson.
Thank you so much. We are going to take a little break, everyone, and we will be right back, so don't go anywhere. You rise from the fire, you're bullies in your dust, you flourish, they tire, not broken but woken, now you've got the power. So let's talk about our power. Welcome back everyone to the show. We're gonna sing a happy birthday to On the Couch. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear On the Couch. Happy birthday to you and many more. Yay! Alright, we'll save that cupcake for after dinner. Well, thank you. Welcome back to the show. We are going to do the quick questions game. We have to play that because it has become a part of the tradition of the show over the years. But since we have so many guests, I'm going to do a few select questions, and then I'm gonna do like spot checks, and whoever can answer. What song is keeping you dancing these days, Jezebel?
I still like Murder on the Dance Floor.
Oh, I love it. Miss C, what are you dancing?
Oh, Never Not Gonna Dance Again by Pink.
Okay, I like that. Cool. Jade?
I'm stuck on espresso right now.
Okay. Miss Pope?
I'm liking a song called Sodom Gomorrah.
Oh, I love it. Cool. Joey?
Salsa music.
All right. Love it. Aaron?
I would say "Rain on Me" by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande.
Okay. Peter Pan?
$1 Million Baby by Tommy Richmond.
Like that. Cool. Kenny?
There's a lot of happening in Toronto. Roni X and Red Pharaoh have a really high energy dance song out called "Travel for You."
Okay. Amanda?
Well, I just saw the musical Tina, so simply the best.
Beautiful. And Robert?
Oh gosh, well, Kylie Minogue "Tension" is still in my playlist, but one of my good friends in drag in the States, Pandora Box, just released her album Box, and it's fantastic. Actually, if you like a good dance, yeah, check it out. That's what I'm listening to.
Check that out.
Wait, Antoine.
Yeah.
I need to change my answer, although yes, salsa music is it. Your dance song.
Aww!
Our latest one.
Yes.
We are dancing together? Thank you.
Yes,
Seriously?
that's the one.
You are adorable. Thank you.
I did a remix of that for him.
Yeah, and Jay did a remix of that. That was awesome.
Nice.
I've
have
been
to
playing it
listen
all
to
the
it.
time. The film I'm gonna choose some people to answer this. The film you put on when you want to feel good. Misconception.
The Goonies.
Oh, I love that. Cool. Amanda.
Sports Song Trilogy.
Me too. Joey.
It.
Okay. And Jezebel.
I love the Birdcage.
Birdcage. I love that too. All right. I'm going to do another question with a different set of people. We are all invited to dinner at your place. What would you make for us? Peter Pan. What are you famous for?
That's tough. My wife cooks a lot, so.
Okay. So you don't cook. All right. Aaron, are you a cook?
Not really, but if I was, I'd probably make spaghetti with pesto sauce.
Oh, sweet. Cool. Robert?
Oh, I make this delicious vegetarian chili with a secret ingredient. And you know what, I'll tell you folks, I don't tell everyone, but the secret ingredient in the vegetarian chili is meat.
Describe a perfect weekend, Miss Pope.
Ooh, cuddled up next to a beautiful woman, listening to soft music and rain falling outside.
Aww. Kenny.
It would involve the beach. Definitely involve the beach. Probably somewhere in there a spin class, some dancing, and wine or scotch. There we go. Or maybe golf.
I love it. I'm gonna ask this of all of you, and then we're gonna take one or two questions from the audience. If you had a superpower, what would it be? I'm just gonna roll quickly. Jezebel.
I'd love to fly.
Beautiful. Peter Pan.
No, I was gonna say fly too, but
fly is good.
Even like just super fast, like speed, like Flash or something would be cool.
Kenny.
Teleportation, 100%. I hate wasting time and I hate flying. So
You just want to get there. Misconception.
I don't know. Fly. I always have dreams of flying, like just running and.
Yeah, that's a favorite. Joey.
Invisibility.
Invisible. All right. Aaron.
I would say truth serum.
Truth serum. Cool. Amanda Roberts.
Well, I was going to say invisibility because the man from the movie The Invisible Man, it was David McCallum who played the Invisible Man, and that's my name.
Love it. Watson.
Well, I was also going to say invisibility, actually, but not the kind where you have to be naked in order to not be seen. I want invisible clothing as well.
Jade.
Probably because I've never been a gym bunny. Strength. I
Power.
have strength to lift things and move things.
Nice. Miss Pope.
Teleportation.
All right. Well,
like
thank
to
you
get
for
there
playing. Thank you for playing, everyone. And audience, before we wrap up, does anybody have any questions for any of our guests? David?
I don't have a question, but more of a comment.
Okay.
I was a bit of a stalker with On the Couch. I've been to quite a few of your recordings.
I know
in
you've been a
person.
regular fan for a long time, so I love that.
I was even at the one that was at Pegasus, that one special one. And I've met most of you. Some of them just recently. A couple of them I haven't met in person, but I will. One of them is Misconception. Even though I haven't seen her that often in person, which is I should probably get my gay card removed for being not doing it in Toronto. But I do follow you on Instagram and or Facebook. And my mother passed away close to when your mother passed away, and you were very you helped me get through it. I want to thank you for that.
Wow. Well, thank you. It's crazy, eh? But just made me cry.
Thank you, Paul.
I'm so glad. I'm glad we shared that connection.
That's community. Well, this was it. 10-year anniversary episode. This is the most that I've ever talked in my life on 1 hour. But
I seriously doubt that.
It's like
I
Joan.
can attest.
You're right.
In the words of Joan Rivers, can't wait, Zork. Right.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being our community. Thank you for all what you do. Thank you for the amount of entertainment that you have graced our community with over so many years. I am better person because I've been part of this community and I've got to know all of you and work with a lot of you. Miss Pope, did you have your hand up or something?
Yes, I was wondering if I could quickly mention something exciting coming up.
Absolutely, please do.
Thank you. I have been asked to do my first ever one-woman show at the Dundas Cactus Festival. I will be on stage 2 at August 17th between 8 and 9 p.m. So fingers crossed. It's my first time.
Oh, you're gonna do amazingly. We believe in you, don't we? We believe in you.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you all my guests. Any last words, anybody, before we say goodbye?
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's good to see everyone.
The next 10 years.
Thank you.
Will there be pictures of you 10 years ago with hair?
Last time I had hair, I was probably about 21, and then I shaved it. That's a funny story. I watched my cousin go through every fad for trying to grow hair, and I went, oh, screw it. I'm not gonna spend my life chasing that.
Good for you.
No, thank you. I'll thank you everyone for watching. Thank you community. You take good care, and we will see you next season, season 11. Don't go anywhere. Okay? Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.